Welcome back, my friends, to another episode of Boozin on a Budget right here on Titan TV. I'm excited about tonight's show. You might have noticed there's another human being here. Big Al from Throwing Breaks. He was just on earlier tonight on Titan TV, another Titan TV host. He does the sports card breaking program. Check it out if you have not. He's doing some educational pieces right now, so you don't have to know anything about card breaking to get into the show, or you could be a seasoned veteran. Big Al's got all this stuff for you. But tonight, we're gonna do Seltzer.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. I'm not a Seltzer guy. Big Al's a Seltzer guy. So I'm really stoked to have him here as a guest. I'm also stoked because this will be the official first time that I haven't talked about just wine, whiskey, or beer.
Seltzer.
Going Seltzer, baby. Now, we're going to talk about Seltzer, but we're also going to run Al through a blind tasting, which is going to be interesting, so more on that as well. To start, I want to talk about the first time I started seeing Seltzer. I remember it actually pretty clearly. It was like 2016, 2017. I think 2017. They started having Seltzers out, and they did not take off right away. I remember one in particular was called Bon and Viv. Bon and Viv, like two ladies. They went hard. They had commercials.
Okay.
And it just never took off, and it's not even on the market anymore.
Okay.
What else? I think there was a few other one-off brands, but I actually remember because I was trying to diet. And so I was like, ooh, seltzers, these things have no sugar. And I think a lot of people gravitate towards seltzer because of the no sugar, no calorie kind of deal.
That's exactly how and why I even tried to have a fresh seltzer. Was because of the low carb, no sugar or low sugar, right? Less calories per can, less bloated,
right,
if you will. Although last week your episode showed us how to be not bloated with beer.
With the beer, that's right, that's right. But I remember very clearly because I actually came to Las Vegas. This is prior to me living here. I came to Las Vegas in 2017 for my first EDC, and I bought a seltzer prior to getting on the Link, the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have that memory, but I just have that memory.
Do you remember what it was?
I want to say it was either the Bon and Viv or like maybe like High Noon.
Okay.
But I know High Noon they have like vodka ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was right, but there were a few on the market, but I feel like it just didn't quite take off. Then, a few years later, all of a sudden, and this actually goes back to the Reno Aces press box, all these like, that's where Al and I met originally a long time ago, but all of a sudden I started seeing these drinks after games, of course, after the game was over. People would go and pull out their drinks
after the game.
And all these younger staff members were all drinking White Claw. And like everybody had White Claw. Everybody had White Claw. And so talk to me. You have a good story about that because that's kind of where my initial beginnings where I saw seltzer come in. So you have a good story, or you can just talk to maybe when your first, time with seltzer, or the story you told me about the Trevor
Wallace.
Yes.
Yeah. So White Claw is kind of where I think everyone started. I graduated college in 16. So it's funny you mentioned 16. 17 is where you maybe first saw seltzers. They definitely grew in popularity while I was in college. And White Claw, ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
Baby.
Even you know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're not a seltzer guy. Everyone knew ain't no laws when you're drinking claws. It kind of became like a viral internet meme, saying, phrase, slogan, whatever you want to call it. The guy who said that, his name was Trevor Wallace, right?
Hilarious guy.
This is ridiculous. What I'm about to tell you is kind of insane. Cory couldn't believe it when I told him. I still can't believe they did it. So he was the one who did the Ain't No Laws When You're Drinking Claws. He wanted to capitalize on it, so he made t-shirts, Ain't No Laws When You're Drinking Claws. None of us heard of White Claw before. None of us heard of White Claw before that slogan. You can't say you did. If you did, I'll shake your hand. I don't know what you want. But none of us did. I didn't. Cory didn't. None of my friends knew what White Claws were. And then all of a sudden, Ain't No Laws When You're Drinking Claws. So he made t-shirts, and he had their logo in the middle, right? And it was a bit of a parody of the logo, but it was pretty darn close to what their logo looks like. The waves crashing and stuff in the middle of the shirt. Anyways, he sells like 5 shirts, 10 shirts in the first hour, and he's like, oh, no way. This is actually going to happen. He said he sold something crazy like $13,000 worth of merchandise overnight. He was contacted by White Claw and told to cease and desist, right? No longer be able to sell the shirts, whatever. He was like, okay, I guess I can understand that, but let's form a partnership, right? And he had to get an attorney and was like, let's maybe talk about forming a partnership. He got a manager, all this stuff. And instead of forming a partnership, they basically were just rude to him the whole time. They cut him out. They were like, nope, we don't want anything to do with you. Take it all down, whatever. And that's why Ain't No Laws When You're Drinking Claws disappeared just as fast as it came on.
I just can't believe that. Here's an influencer.
Yep.
Here's a guy who's got a ton of viewers. He's like building his comedy career and all that. And no, we don't want to be associated. I mean, it was like free advertising for him almost.
That was right before influencer marketing kind of
really took over.
Like before companies accepted, like, wait, we can use social media influencers to promote our brand? Because companies, you know, they're prehistoric, if you will, fossils kind of,
so
like
say,
TV ads only,
right.
Print ads, radio ads, that's it. Nothing else exists.
They could have been on the cutting edge.
They could have been.
Dude, we'd all still be drinking White Claw if they would have let it just be cool.
I stopped drinking White Claw mainly because of that, right? I was like, well, there's other seltzers out there, and screw you, White Claw.
Somewhere there's a room full of executives going, and those stupid!
Yeah.
How can we?
Unbelievable.
You're all fired. Okay, so what I want to do with that, I'm not, admittedly, not a seltzer guy.
Seltzer.
But I want to run them through a blind taste test. Before we do that, though, one of the new things I have an idea to do, this seltzer stuff in writing this episode, I got this idea. I have like pretty decent TikTok following and a pretty decent TikTok page, which is where I started with like most of my content and really started generating some views and some followers there. I started thinking, well, first of all,
some buzz.
I'm buzzed already.
Some buzz.
This much beer, I can't even talk. The seltzer episode was catalyst because I made this really funny seltzer video that I thought would actually do a little bit more. I checked today, there's only 400 views, but you know, whatever. Sometimes
it's cool.
It's funny.
It's cool.
So I'm like, that kind of got me thinking. I think in future episodes of Boozin on a Budget, I'm going to bring in one of my TikTok videos. It will become a segment. We'll show the video, and then I'm going to talk about it because generally it's like there's some comedy or some behind the scenes or a little bit of insight into why I made that or why it hit. I do have one, and maybe that'll be the first. Well, maybe I'll save it. I don't know. I have one of my TikToks that over 500,000 views. So that's my most viral thing ever for sure.
Yes.
But I have a few more in the hundreds of thousands of views, and so we'll bring those in and talk about those. But so there's a really cool one that I did specific to seltzer and the phenomenon that it's essentially a kind of a cult, certainly started in the younger culture.
Sure, younger crowd drinks seltzers. I mean, yeah, it's evolved a little bit. It has grown. It has matured, if you will.
Yes.
To an older audience that do drink it. I mean, I'm definitely not young. I might look young and spry, but I'm not.
Oh, come on, bro.
I'm not young enough to be considered college age to be drinking seltzers anymore. But I still do, right? And this video that you're going to show is kind of just a straight mock, mimic, hilarious take on the way I think older people look at seltzer drinkers, right? So
the stereotype for sure.
The stereotype, perfect. That's the word I was looking for. So it's funny. It's a funny video.
So the kids are all about seltzers. I wonder if they're any good.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? What the?
Yeah.
Did that come from the fridge? Should I? Ah, the hell with it.
Yeet, yeet, skirt, yeet, yeet, skirt, 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 roll up, yeet, drop that, yeet, skirt that, yeet, pop that, yeet, hey, 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 hey. You never loved me, Mom, but I needed you, whoa, yeah, oh, no!
But so I made that, which the Saturday Night Live video of that skit, you should check it out. It's pretty funny. But like the yeet skirt culture is kind of a seltzer culture.
Yeah.
And so that video, I was poking fun at the culture, but also poking fun at, I think it's getting adopted by, it's not just a young person's thing. But when I got my neon shirts and my glasses and all that, but that was definitely a fun video to put together.
And that honestly is, like, you nailed it, because your audience on TikTok, as you know, is a bit of a, I guess, an older audience, because you mainly talk about whiskey.
So whiskey really pops. Yeah, so it's definitely older.
And so they're not the seltzer drinkers. So they are the ones that look at the seltzer drinkers, like myself, as a yeet skirter.
Yes, a yeet skirter. But I thought, since I was making fun of them, kind of, that they would be like, oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But then actually the interesting thing, some of the feedback I got from some people on my social media was like, ew, you like seltzer?
Yeah, but you were making fun of them.
I was totally making fun, so I went over some people's heads, but...
Have you tried the Mountain Dew one yet?
Yes, I have, and that one was pretty good.
Yes.
Because it tastes really close to what the Mountain Dew flavor tastes or says.
It's supposed to. Well,
yes.
Also, I remember you posted about that, and your comments from whiskey people were like, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but that is actually really good.
I want to try it, yeah.
I actually like it, or like, I've had it and it's good, or I've heard it's good, or I know one person who told me that she didn't like it. One person. I know.
Dude, everybody likes Mountain Dew.
Right.
And a lot of people have a soft spot for Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
I'm a Code Red guy from way back.
Yeah, and the Code Red tastes
Code
good
Red,
too.
Yeah. So that's pretty smart, actually, for Mountain Dew to do that. Because then you're going to get the... Did you call them yeet skirters?
The yeet skirters.
You're going to get the yeet skirters.
Yes.
Then you're going to get the rest of us who are nostalgic for Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I almost bought some Mountain Dew for the blind tasting, but they're all super colored. I knew you would be able to pick it out pretty easily. So, as I was telling Al, like, I might have my favorite whiskey that I could pick out a million times, put it up to 3 or 4 other whiskeys that I don't know what's what. It's going to be actually really difficult, should be fairly difficult for me to even pick out my favorite whiskey sometimes. Once you do something blind, man, it's a whole nother element. It can screw with you.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You never love me, Mom. Yeet skirt.
Yeet skirters. What Truly is your favorite, though, right?
Truly is my favorite. I like the lemonade the best. Truly lemonade, but Truly is my favorite. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have Al step out. I'm gonna pour these bad boys, and then we'll bring him back in and see.
Peace out, bro.
If he can pick them out, see which one is which.
Yeet skirt.
Because he's had all these.
Skeet, yeet skirt.
There he goes. Give him a second. Let's see here. I'm gonna throw him off. I'm gonna pour his favorite one, the Truly, into this Modelo Raiders Nation glass. The Bud Light Seltzer. We'll put it in this one. And then the Claw. All right, man. One of them has color.
I'll say this. I'm happy you sent me across the house, because like a good car guy, here's an engine drive by, they know what car it is.
So if you heard it pop,
I would know which one it was.
You're like, oh yeah, that's
the Bud Light Seltzer.
That's the vastly inferior Bud Light Seltzer pop.
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah, makes sense. All these cans now. All right, let's be totally transparent. I tried to get black cherry for everything, but the Truly is actually a wild berry. Close enough though. He doesn't know what's what. I've mixed the cans around. In price, the Truly was $2.99. The
This little sipper there.
Oh yeah. The Truly was $2.99. The Claw was $2.99, and the Bud Light Seltzer was $3.16. So, Bud Light feels pretty fancy about their shit. All right, man. However you want to go about this. What are your feet? What's your confidence level on this? What are you feeling?
I'm gonna 3 for 3 it, I think.
Because if you can tell me which one's what, that will be incredibly impressive.
So we'll go which one is which, and then I'll tell you my favorite.
Yes, I also want to know which one you like the most. Because maybe you like the Bud Light one and you already shit on it.
Right,
So.
yeah. I know I've had Bud Light before. I don't like it, but we'll see. Maybe my taste buds have changed.
Things change when you're blind.
It smells really good. Okay. This might be harder than I thought.
Yeah, it's tough.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm ready to make my calls.
Already?
Yes.
You don't want any more time. I kind of...
This is the Truly.
I hate that one...
This is the White Claw. And this is the Bud Light.
Okay, and based on what? How'd you come to your conclusion?
The White Claw spikes you in the mouth. It's like very punchy and crisp. Okay?
Okay.
The Truly is a little bit more laid back. Right?
Interesting.
And then, I wonder how wrong I am. And then the Bud Light Seltzer tastes too much like beer. It's just gross.
Interesting. You think that one tastes a little bit like beer?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes. How off am I?
Well, you know what? Before I reveal...
Yeah, okay. So my favorite one's in the middle. This one.
Oh, yeah.
This one.
You know, it kind of sucks just because I wish that one didn't have a color component because that actually looks the most
That's the
appealing to the eye.
That was the best one.
Right. And what you're saying, final answer.
Truly.
Okay.
White Claw. Bud Light.
All right, let's get the results out.
How off am I?
Let this man know.
Am I way off? Am I
Let
0
this
for
man
3?
know.
I said I was 3 for 3.
I can't believe how fast you did. That's fucking impressive.
Thank you. Us Yeet skirters, we don't mess around.
I was going to say, you are a true yeet skirter. You got to get some more neon on your clothes.
Yeah, well, I turned the hat around to look cooler.
There you go. You fucking nailed it.
Really?
Yes.
Yes,
3 for 3.
dude. Told you.
Which just makes me want to try harder. I need to get more seltzers in here to throw you off
Yes.
more.
Yes.
Maybe actually blindfold you.
Yeah.
Tie your hands behind your back.
Yeah, and then you pour it.
And then I pour it from like a few feet above your head. No, okay, hold
I'm
on.
telling you. So I know the reason. Okay, I said the reason I quit tasting or having White Claw before was because of what they did to Trevor Wallace.
Right.
But in reality, after drinking White Claws and switching to Truly, that the immediate spike and punch to the throat, it's not fun, right?
Huh.
So it becomes like an avoid. And I said less bloated earlier. It bloats the hell out of you.
Sure.
Right?
Interesting.
This one just doesn't have a good flavor. Like the Bud Light ones, I've tried all their flavors. It just doesn't have a good flavor compared. And then Truly, like I said, it's just the smoothest one to drink. That's probably why I stick with Truly the most.
Did the color of it have anything to do with it?
No.
Did the fact that...
I didn't even realize. So, full transparency, I haven't had a regular Truly in like almost a year.
Okay.
Because I do lemonade,
the lemonade.
or the poolside, or the winter style, or the winter wonderland, or the margarita stuff.
Good Lord, yeah, that's the other
A lot
thing.
of variation.
They've
with Truly.
taken off on the variation. I mean, there's a million of them now. Didn't we go? We were in Target the other day, and you're like, that one's new.
Yeah, that was the winter wonderland it was called. I was like, oh, what is
Winter
that?
Wonderland.
But so I think Truly, the reason why I think it's taken off and is able to do so many flavors is because almost across the board, it's the easiest one to take down. Like it's the smoothest
Right, gotcha.
drink. It's the easiest one to imbibe. So I think Truly is winning in that respect.
Now, the only thing I just realized, which you may or may not have picked up on it, is that I saw that the Truly had the little lake. You can call it a lake. Sip up your lake.
I'm telling you,
Remember
I didn't.
Because it was pink. I'm like, oh shit, better.
No, I didn't.
Didn't see
the
that.
color-
I
the color-
didn't think you did.
No, the color didn't faze me at all. It was being the avid seltzer drinker that I am.
You fucking nailed the
I
line,
knew.
bro.
Yeah, I knew which was which. I knew.
That was actually impressive. The
White Claw kills you. White Claw
quickness
punches you. Yeah.
with which you identified him was most impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, as soon as I took this sip, right, I was like, it's tough. I don't know. It hits weird. And then this one is just, it even smells worse. It smells awful.
Let me see.
It smells like feet. And smell the White Claw one.
Definitely a lighter, more floral thing happening here.
Yeah.
See, I'm drinking beer, so that's...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, it's definitely... I mean, it's pretty... for me, it's pretty obvious, obviously.
Right, yeah, that was crazy. Now for
Eat skirt.
Now for our next trick, we're going to make Al chug all these like in the matter of 30 seconds and see if he can walk out of the room.
I'll chug this one.
Kidding.
I'll chug this one.
I'm kidding.
I'll take the Truly. It's
I'm
my
kidding.
favorite. I know, I won't chug it, but I'm definitely going to pour myself some more.
Yeah, no, these are all yours now.
Sweet. You don't want any of them.
No.
I can't tickle your fancy for the shitty Bud Light seltzer.
I mean, you gave us such a winning endorsement.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Thanks for blind tasting. Now I just want to do it
You're
again.
crushing the blind tasting.
Yeah, shit. I didn't.
Destroying it.
I got to get you more fucked up somehow. Like, I got to switch shit more around. Because that was...
I think next time we can blindfold me and get me...
Spin you around 10 times, make you dizzy first.
Well, so I've had all three of these before.
Right.
Right? So I kind of knew what they'll taste like, you know? Maybe next
Still,
time.
though, when you're blind tasting something,
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's still tough.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good job, man. You nailed it. Nailed it. Last thing I wanted to talk about, something that has been coming up on my TikTok. I just told Al about, this morning? It's a new trend.
Oh, yes.
What are they're not millennials, they're not even,
They're not even Gen Z.
Who's in college
Oh,
right
actually,
now?
you know what Gen Z is?
Gen Zers?
Yeah.
E-skirters?
They're smart for this.
Yes. So, the new trend
This is awesome.
that I'm seeing is college kids carrying around
Take me back to college.
their own personal gallon
Oh, man, yes.
of booze.
Yes.
So they'll they'll buy a plastic gallon jug of water,
Literally a gallon.
pour half of it out,
Yeah.
take their Tito's vodka, fill like a shitload of it in there.
Mhm.
Then they take like their Mio or whatever, squirt that in there. Then they're putting like these little hydration packs, IVs or something,
Yeah.
I call them. Putting those in there for
They
added
gotta stay
hydration.
hydrated, yeah.
Hydration's key for the young folk, man. They figured some shit out.
They did.
Old people, I have a friend who's like, dude, I don't even drink any water during the day.
The less water you drink, the more effed up you can get.
But so they have their water, they have their hydration in there, but they're also like, okay, so back in our day, Red Solo cup in a cooler, in the punch bowl,
Yep.
where it's like you could get straight up roofied, or you know, maybe there's even
Other people's dirty hands are
Bunch
going
of
in there with
germs
yours.
and
Yeah,
shit.
gross.
these kids now. This is my.
Tell them what it's called.
It's
Tell them what it's
called a Borg, B-O-R-G. They're holding it. It's theirs. They don't really share it as far as, I mean, I'm sure they're sharing it maybe with their friends, but nobody's able to roofie it. They have control of this thing, and it's half water. They're hydrating. They're getting drunk. It's a Borg, which stands for Blackout Rage Gallon.
Yes.
And then,
Dude, please, I want a board.
I was gonna say, dude,
I want to go back.
we may have to make Borgs.
Yes, I want a blackout rage gallon.
Oh my god,
that
I love
just
it.
sounds amazing.
And then I did see another TikTok where they like they're naming it. I can't remember what the one
They're
girl.
naming their boards.
She's like, "This is my Borg Lily" or something. And then this other guy had one. What was it? Brown versus the Borg of education.
Yes, that's
that was
so
the name
good.
of his Borg.
So good.
Fucking shit, these college kids, man. I love it. So
I will say this, okay? Having made plenty of jungle juice in my day,
right,
plenty of different containers holding said jungle juice, I did learn quickly that a plastic will erode into a pretty strong jungle juice to where the chemicals kind of manipulate and could mess with you a little bit. But I think it's only certain types of plastics, and I think...
they leach.
Yeah, correct. And I think a gallon is probably safe for a whole night. But if you're reusing Lily or Brown versus
Right.
the Borg of Education, just go buy a new
So
gallon.
you need to get a new.
I would assume so.
That
right?
makes sense. If they're smart enough to do it like that, they're probably smart enough to replace it.
They're
I hope.
geniuses. They're smarter than us.
Or they're like, you know what? We get 3 Borgs out of it, then we switch.
Yeah, correct. Dude, we didn't think of a Borg.
No.
All it is a growler.
Yeah, your own
With-
personal growler.
Yeah, with jungle juice.
Okay, so hold on. That kind of got me thinking. What were the trends? Like, I took quite a long time actually to get through college.
Me
but,
too. Yeah.
I was trying to think, like, there was a while where everybody was into like, dude, tall boys at Steel Reserve. They're like so cheap and they got all this booze. And so everybody was drinking Steel Reserve for a while. It was
so
fucking
bad.
horrible. Of course, we had the Power Punch, or, which was generally Everclear with a bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, we had keg parties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Four Locos had their day.
Oh, yeah.
When
Quattro
people
Crazies.
We're getting fucking nuts
Quattro
on Four
Crazies,
Locos,
that's what I call them.
making their fucking hearts explode.
My
and
mom
stuff.
hated them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, didn't they sort of get banned or
Yeah,
something?
she made me stop drinking them before they got legally banned.
Well, and they're still on the market, but I don't
they're out.
know if
They're
they
still out,
still have as much caffeine. Or
Yeah, I don't know. I think they took something out.
Right.
Because I was like, you know what, Mom? I'm moving out, dude. I want my Four Loko.
That's about Four Loco life.
I mean, a lot of drinking games, right? I feel like drinking games aren't as prominent anymore, or they're just way different, right? Like King's Cup, Rage Cage, Rally was another one that we used to play a lot. I feel like, beer pong might be less popular now than it was then, or maybe it's just because we're getting older. I don't know. I just feel like you don't see as much of those types of games, and you see more like, all right, guys, we're going to throw something 50 feet up in the air, and we got to chug until it's a ground. Like some weird stuff,
Man, I do remember during my illustrious many year-long college tenure.
Me too. Sorry, I just dabbed.
I'm
a Seltzer guy, sorry.
Like beer pong, when beer pong became a thing, you could not go to a party without beer pong.
No, I know, yeah.
I mean,
they'd have multiple tables.
Fucking the hugest fucking thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. I liked it. I like this. Going through the college days, remembering all that good stuff.
I miss it. Yeah, I miss it. It was like, I was in there for 15 years, so it wasn't too long ago.
I guess I was beat by 16. We just learned a lot.
Yeah, we learned a lot.
Took our time.
Super scenic route.
Yeah.
Prime time senior, there's super
time.
senior, there's whatever, super duper senior.
Prime
time seniors, yeah.
Okay.
Just ride it out.
Once again, thank you to my guest, Big Al. Plug your show.
Throwing Breaks. It's on at 7 p.m., 1 hour before Cory's. I stay a little bit more PG, I guess, because I'm in the 7 o'clock hour.
Oh, yes.
We get to the after hours, after dark, Titan TV, after dark with Cory.
Ooh.
No holds barred. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
That sounds sexier than it is.
But yes, go check out my show, 7 p.m. I talk about sports cards and collectibles. Not always just sports cards. We talk about Pokemon cards. We'll talk about Funko Pops. Just all the collectible worlds. So check it out whenever you can, 7 p.m. Saturdays. And you can find it on demand on the Titan Beanie Collective YouTube channel, right along with Cory's show.
Boozing on a budget. Come back next week because, I don't know, or the week. We're going to make a Borg at some point. I think we have to.
Yes.
We have to make and name our own Borg. And then we'll finish it on camera. No, I will.
I'll draw a face on my board. I'll go next level.
You just draw a face? Yeah, I think the girl did draw something on hers. Yeah.
That's so good.
Customized boards. You could see them. Yeah.
That's great.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Join me next week on Boozin' on a Budget right here on Titan TV.